The meeting of the Somerville Planning Board for September 27, 2023 will please have adequate notice of this meeting as required by the Open Public Meeting Act has been provided. A copy of the notice specifying the date, time, and location was one posted on the bulletin board outside Borough Hall, 2 mailed, faxed, or emailed to the Current News, and 3 given to the clerk administrator. This meeting is a judicial proceeding, and questions or comments must be limited to the issues the board may legally consider in reaching a decision. And a decorum appropriate to a judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. Roll call.
Chairman Nevada?
Here.
Ms. Wazinski? Here. Mayor Sullivan? Councilman Broom?
Here.
Ms. Adair?
Here.
Mr. Akins? Mr. Kraska?
Here.
Mr. Prestes?
Here.
Mr. Cleveland?
Here.
Mr. Adams? And Ms. Warner? Here.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I am going to move the executive session to the very end of the meeting so that the people here don't have to stand in the hallway while we talk about what we've got to talk about. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So first thing we have is approval of the minutes for September 13th.
I will move.
Second.
Any additions or corrections? Okay, roll call.
Chairman Nevada?
Yes.
Ms. Wazinski?
Yes.
Councilman Broom?
Yes.
Ms. Adair?
Yes.
Mr. Kraska?
Yes.
Mr. Prestes?
Yes.
Mr. Cleveland?
Yes.
Ms. Warner?
Yes.
Okay. Courtesy review for pre-K renovation at Vanderveer Elementary School. While you're setting up, I just want to make an announcement that the application for Foundry Holdings LLC has been postponed to October 25th without further notice.
Sworn in first.
I'm sorry, you are,
Dan Scatoni, FEHD Architects.
okay, yes, let's do that. For the testimony you're about to give this board is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name, spell it for the record.
Daniel Scatoni, SCHITTONE is my last name, with FEHD Architects. And I testified in front of this board the past few years. So I'm on behalf of the Somerville School District. We submitted an application from FEHD along with Edwards Engineering Group back in May of this year. That was actually a pre-K grant application for Vanderveer Elementary School. And the playground that we're going to talk about was also a grant application for a local recreation improvement grant. And what I want to do is go over, I'm in receipt of the Coleman Associates letter. We updated a site plan for this planning board. We sent it, I think, about a week ago. So hopefully it looks a little bit familiar to everybody here. What I'd like to do is address some of the comments in the letter initially, and I have architectural exhibits I'd like to introduce. I have 3 sheets.
Okay.
So the first exhibit, which is introduced tonight, is A101. It's a floor plan.
Okay, so that'll be sheet A101. What's the date on that?
The date on the sheet was, it's actually, I dated today. Got a different date on it.
So 9/27/23, and that was prepared by FCHD Architects?
FEHD, yes. So just so everybody can orient themselves with Vanderveer Elementary School North roughly being up on the page here. Front entrance is along this facade, so the front entrance is right here. You have a canopy. All that remains untouched. The work is localized to the west end of the site, the west end of the building. This horseshoe shape you see here with a courtyard, that's existing right now. The addition is going to enclose that courtyard. So we are renovating 2 large rooms into 4 pre-K rooms on the interior, and then attaching 3 additional pre-K rooms onto that. All of this has been submitted to the Department of Education, and they're complying with the pre-K standards for the new rooms, and we're enhancing the pre-K additions of the renovation. The second exhibit here would be sheet A201, again, Phase D,
Okay, and what are we gonna call that?
elevation, exterior elevations.
All right, and we're actually gonna mark this one A3,
Okay.
prior one A2, and then just for the record, A1 will be the application documentation letters.
Okay, perfect. So just to address some of the comments that were in the letter from Cole and Associates dated on the 25th. One of the questions, comment number 8 was about the architectural plans not being provided, so I just wanted to go over some of the materials and the facade. The front elevation of the building, and this is the very far end of the west elevation. We're matching the existing building in both relative height because of the new standards for construction and fire separation, and we're also matching the facade as well as the windows. So the existing windows, you'll notice on Vandermeer here have that translucent fiberglass panel above and operable windows below. We're roughly matching that on this elevation here. We're matching the type of brick as best we can. There's an addition on the back of the school adjacent to this, which we're touching in some form. We're gonna match that same portion of the brick, so when you see the soldier portion of the brick, we'll match those same elevations. So both in type of brick, size of brick, and color we're matching. The elevation of the building, or the height of it, from grade to top of roof is roughly 16 feet, it's a little bit less. And then this firewall that separates the addition from the existing building will go 30 inches beyond that. So the highest point will be 18'6" roughly. Again, single story, it's not 2-story, it's just those classrooms. Any questions on the elevations before I move on?
Okay.
And this is the last exhibit, we'll call this A2.
A4,
A4.
and that would be sheet A20, A301?
A401.
And that's entitled,
This is a room layout, pre-kindergarten classrooms.
today's date as well?
Yes. So this is just an enlarged floor plan of the rooms, just to show you what's going on. This is that horseshoe shape I referred to with the courtyard in the middle. It will be enclosed. All of the proper fire egress will be created, and to maintain the courtyard there, out of the courtyard in 2 directions. The existing lobby where the pre-K students enter will be maintained. Idea being we would create 4 compliant pre-K bathrooms where the Department of Education wants toilets in those rooms. So we're enhancing. Part of the state's initiative, which is the reason we applied for the pre-K grant to begin with, was to increase the school district's ability to serve their, what they call pre-K universe. So right now it's a 4-year-old program. We're looking to introduce 3-year-olds into the district, hence the 3 larger classrooms on the end. They're 900 square feet roughly in the rooms, plus a 56 square foot bathroom, again, compliant. Furniture layouts we're providing, it'll be 15 maximum students with a teacher's aide and a teacher. So again, all compliant.
So the courtyard, is it open to the sky or is it gonna be roofed?
It will be open to the sky with the proper draining. And just to address 2 items on the list, which I know were, of note from the last time we were here, or a few times ago. The shed that was supposed to be built on the site was actually not built. It was bid. The school district received bids, but it wasn't awarded due to budget concerns at the time and the increase in prices. So just those 2 comments, number 11 and number 12, for purposes of increased area and drainage. If I can, I'd like to introduce Beth Kenderdon from Edward. She prepared the site plan. She can address some of the other comments.
Do they still have pre-K downfield at the middle school also, or they moved, is everything moved to Vanderbilt?
I believe it's all moved to Vanderbilt, correct? The same background? Correct. It's moved to Vanderbilt.
When you're ready, I'll just swear you in as well. You swear the testimony you're about to give us words the truth and whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State and spell your name for the record.
Beth Kenderdine, BETHKENDERDINE.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm with Edwards Engineering Group. I think everyone should have a copy of this plan. It was submitted with the planning board application, so it's numbered SK1. It's dated 9/29/2003. I think that was the bid date when we did the plans. So this is the existing conditions on the left-hand side of the page. Union Avenue obviously is at the bottom of the page, and north is facing the page. So this is the existing Vandermeer School, and this is the addition that Dan was just reviewing with you. So the corner is here, and then we're proposing ways around the addition, down along the curve where I think they do drop off now. So we're just providing them a more organized space for that with an ADA curb ramp. A new access so that they can access this back area for maintenance or emergency purposes. That's going to be gated off, so it's only going to be accessed when needed. Because obviously the kids will be back in here at the new rubberized surface playground with new playground equipment. So there's going to be a retaining wall with a fence around that playground, and the walkway will go up and around the new addition and then reconnect to an existing stair at the back of the site. That's pretty much the basic layout. So if you have any questions about the layout, or I can go over the remaining comments from Michael Cole.
Any questions?
The cemetery is on top of that?
To the left.
To the left.
To the left of it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right. So I think the major concern from the review letter was any existing trees that were getting taken out. And one thing I know from Mr. Boyce is that apparently the school district has obtained a grant to plant trees around the campus. So we can certainly address that by planting additional trees for any that have been taken out by construction.
Yeah, Beth, I just think there's a mature pin oak right next to the existing playground that I think is going to have to be removed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right now, the way our layout is, it's 4 trees that are being removed. And
Okay.
again, we can look at and have the conversation with the district as we plant new elsewhere.
Then the other comment was regarding stormwater management. So we are increasing impervious coverage by about 5,000 square feet, so it's not a major development. But I understand from your letter that this basin and this basin, did they overtop?
It, just from being around, they don't seem to be sized to handle a 100-year storm.
They were probably not sized too much.
Yeah, so you have,
Especially this.
in the big storm, you see, I'm sure the board members, you see sheeting it. They overtop and sheet across Union and go down the local street.
Okay.
So I understand it's only 5,000. I'm just asking for best efforts that the school can do something to increase the volume or do something in the basins to it.
We have to, not sure if you can't see it because it's a very busy plan, but every utility is under the new addition. So we have to reroute the storm sewer around the addition. What we can do is probably oversize those pipes
Maybe
to provide some
detention,
detention, some flood storage in there, just to mitigate what we're doing.
Right.
The playground is gonna have an under drain system below it. So we might even be able to do something with that to provide some flood storage so that we're not impacting what's currently happening.
And that's the only thing I didn't see on their plans, because I just didn't know, was parking. You're gonna have more teachers and assistants. It looks like you're gonna have 2 more, a teacher and assistant per classroom. So that's gonna be an extra 6 people, plus is there adequate parking for the additional staff? I didn't say in the report, because
Right,
I
I
didn't know it was gonna be rec space or what it was gonna be in
Okay.
terms of,
Yeah, if I can address that, the parking lot that's adjacent to here is not fully used during the day right now, so I believe that the extra staff that's accommodated in the addition part,
Right.
and the students can be accommodated in that parking lot for staff. And they'll work the drop off and arrival times as well,
Right.
similar with the staff.
so the testimony, you have adequate parking to handle the additional staff.
No, not yet, the
Yes,
adequate parking
there's
there.
adequate
is-
parking on existing.
And the last comment I'll offer about the playground is it's also, we're improving accessibility, so the playground is also ADA accessible, which is a critical part of the grant.
And you're changing from mulch to the
Mulch to rubber surface. with
rubber surface, tile surface for a lot of reasons. which
And
are
new
all-
equipment
Well,
as
it's
well.
gonna be port in place, but.
Yeah. And new equipment as well. Age appropriate for pre-K, that's gonna be slightly different than the other side of the site, just the age that
Okay, any questions?
Slightly off topic, but the grant that you're getting is for the construction of the 3 new classrooms and the parkland?
There's actually 2 grants in play here, in 3 parts. The actual pre-K construction and renovation, the renovation is 1 grant application, and the addition is 1 grant application. That's to the Department of Education and the School Development Authority. The separate playground was a actually local recreation improvement grant that I believe was state level. So the playground is a separate grant, that'll be state grant funds.
How much is that?
I think it was awarded $70,000.
Correct.
That's gonna pay for the equipment.
And we're waiting DOE approval and everything to see about the other funding. Eligible portions will be funded up to 40% from the state, so we're waiting for those approvals.
Any questions? Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Are there any recommendations that the board wants to make with regard to that? Typically, we'll write a letter indicating that they appeared and any recommendations.
Just replace the trees that they take
And maybe the best efforts with regard
Best
to.
efforts.
down.
Yeah.
And that's it.
When's the construction going to start? After the next school year or?
We're gonna try to start actually in the spring of next year, and the idea would be protected, build the addition, when the addition's done, swing the students into that space, so we expect it to be somewhere in the fall of 2025. Again, it all depends on state approvals, but
25.
yeah, we're looking to move quickly on it.
So that's the end of construction.
So, thank you.
And just for the record, for Mike's purposes, Mike Hall's letter dated September 25th, we'll just mark as DD1. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up, we have a site plan waiver request.
I'll move it, to approve it.
Any discussion? It's pretty much a no-brainer. They're replacing what is existing, which is essentially temporary construction with permanent construction. It's all on private property, not on public property. And they're replacing the plastic awnings with sliding glass doors, so it's gonna look
Footprint
essentially,
stays the same.
Yeah, the footprint is exactly the same.
it's gonna look like it looks now. So,
Okay.
roll call.
Chairman Nevada,
Yes.
Ms. Lozinski,
Yes.
Councilman Brim,
Yes.
Ms. Adair,
Yes.
Mr. Kraska,
Yes.
Mr. Prestes,
Yes.
Mr. Cleveland,
Yes.
Ms. Warner.
Yes. Who was the move in the second?
Jason moved it.
And I seconded it. Thank you.
Okay, we've already discussed that Foundry Holdings will be deferred until October 25th. And next, we have items not on the agenda, which is distribution of parking passes to the new council chamber.
Oh, no, you don't get away from patties.
You dressed up for that.
Oh, I did,
Look at this.
we did a big opening today, and it was very successful. Somebody in this room even attended, which is amazing.
I got stuck at work. I apologize.
He forgets.
No, no.
And some of us are working.
Well, no, I just couldn't get out.
Yeah, that's your problem. So, I'm handing some stuff out, and I'll tell you what I'm handing out. Jenny, you get, because I forgot to put the attachments in the envelope, they closed it, they're attached to it.
Thank you.
Ah, It only took me about 12 hours to do all
This
this
is
stuff.
so exciting.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Who's Lawrence? Oh, it's you!
Mr. Wonderful, thank you.
Mr. Wonderful.
That's not it.
Wow. So exciting.
What you have, and it's a long, painful story, is you have a parking pass to the deck, which lasts from 5:30 to 10:30 on meeting nights.
Only on meeting nights.
Well, no, during the week.
Okay.
If you get there before 5:30, or you leave after 10:30, you pay $5.
Okay.
And there's no weekends, there's nothing.
No problem.
No fob.
Okay.
The people that get fobs are the chairman, the vice chair, and Jenna.
And this gets us into the actual building.
That gets you into the new civic space.
What, I don't get one?
No.
Oh, you have meeting nights.
Oh, I'm sorry, here's a parking pass.
What am I, chopped liver?
No, you're Michael Cole.
Oh.
So it took a long time to negotiate because the deck is on New Jersey owned property. The deck was built by Avalon Bay and it's managed by Somerset Development, who have hired another company to manage it. So the negotiations to get free parking for all board members took about a year and a half.
Wow.
And we finalized it, believe it or not, about 3 weeks ago. So you've got directions on where to park, how to park, if you've got a fob, how to use the fob. And if you've got any further questions, I guess you can reach out to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you, Colin.
You're the best.
I know.
Colin, the parking stuff, it says,
It says drive into the parking deck.
right, swipe home card here.
Yeah.
We don't have to insert the card, we just,
The card, if you look at the drawing, there's a little square thing, and you hold the card up against it, and it goes beep,
You'll just read it.
and the boom goes up.
good. Well, that was my question.
Thank you, Colin.
What could go wrong?
Well, if you don't take any notice, or you've got any criticism, work it out yourself.
No, this is
So the meeting goes past 10:30 for a reason, we're locked in.
You pay $5.
Well, you
No,
can
you
get
pay
out of
$5.
the council chambers, but you gotta pay to get out of the deck. Everybody gets out.
How's that gonna work out? Like I said, let's do it.
Oh!
At 6 p.m.
Take it.
And for those who saw the chambers today, I think we're very happy.
They're very good. I hear we need to bring pillows to sit on so you can see us over there.
No, only if you're short like Bernie.
He didn't include you.
I'm not going anywhere near that.
Smart man.
Yeah, we need to work something out so we can be seen over the days. But that would be.
Work it out yourself. It cost me $43,000 to have that chamber.
Well, it didn't cost you $43,000.
It cost someone.
Probably the architect.
All right, I just lost my
Are we doing
agenda.
executive session?
No, we're-
Here, you can have
Yeah, we're gonna go into executive session.
You gotta do the public.
Yeah, let's do the
No.
public, and then now we
I
can.
forgot
I'll
something.
open it.
No, I
What?
don't think
I
so.
forgot something.
Okay.
Could I just, because of timing with applicants and advertising, this board and the Board of Adjustment will not be meeting in the new space until November.
Oh, so our next, no, October meetings are here.
Yeah, because of the fact that applicants have already, this is right, tell me if I'm wrong. The applicants have
been
already
noticed.
advertised and they said 24 South Bridge Street. So that, it'll also allow us to work out
The king.
the hiccups and kinks in the system. And it's really cool because everything, we've got to go paperless and we've got enough monitors now that you can do so.
I feel like I'm stuck in quicksand, having to continue to meet you.
Yes,
Well, you're stuck in the next couple of meetings, I'm sorry.
2 more.
That's all.
2 more. After 36 years.
It's a lifetime.
2 more.
know.
We had
Well,
someone, just to digress, someone who works at the county walk up and say, we're going to have to update the freeholders meeting room because of what we've got.
Not on my dime, they don't have to.
Guess what?
That was a compliment, Deidre,
Why?
that we've built something
I know
that
we've done it
people
well,
aspire
but
to.
honestly, you know the freeholders, they always have to run up. So.
Well, they
It's
not
actually
what they're
need to
called
be
anymore.
commissioners.
The commissioners, I just think of the, like Batman when we say commissioners.
You know what?
I'm sorry, Bernie.
Okay, so from a procedural standpoint, I'm gonna open it up to the public at this point. Hearing no public comment, we'll close the public session. And we need a motion to go into executive session.
I move.
For a second, either one.
Okay, we're going to go into executive session to discuss potential litigation. We will not be returning to the public, and we will not be taking any votes or making any decisions during public session,
Okay,
during
so,
private session.
so when we close executive session, we are adjourned.
We are going home.
Okay, so we need to adjourn the public session first.
And go into executive session.
I move that we adjourn the public section.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Colin. Have a nice evening.